Okay, we're back for another one, and I am here with Terry.
I'm still shy.
And she's still very bashful. It's funny because up at the fellowship, she is not bashful, and there's a lot of people here, and we're just looking at a camera.
I know, it's got one eye instead of two.
So I find that it's kind of funny because I've never seen her blushing.
I'm not blushing.
Yes, you are right now.
We both work with Hecate.
Okay, so we are going to go over why do older witches with knowledge refuse to help newcomers, and is that wrong? That was a question. A couple people wanted to know about that, so we're trying to get that. I'm not sure how the title is going to come out, but it's going to be in that area. And I don't personally...
Well, you've had people ask you for training, right?
Yeah, I don't consider myself a teacher.
Yeah, that's the first thought that usually hits. It's like, what the hell do I know?
Yeah, I can give opinions and stuff and always tell them it's opinions, but as far as, I don't refuse knowledge. If I know, I'll tell you. If I don't know, I'll find someone who can help you or send you some links or something. I do try to help everybody who comes.
But even if you go into, say, your local witchy shop and you ask the resident witch, can you teach me how to do this? And they're like, or something. Or the real friendly, you're at work, go away, brush off.
I actually haven't had that happen.
Really? They try to sell you the $200.
No, that I have had happen to me.
Yeah.
I know when I go to Silver Pyramid, for some reason, she always just flocks to me and just starts talking and throwing all this stuff at me, and I'm just like a sponge, which is cool. We do play good. Other place.
We do play good poker when we meet other witches. About yes, I know everything there is. Hi, yeah.
I don't mind it at all. I'm not going to name the other place, but the purple one, where over there it was totally she didn't want to talk to anybody who was in her shop.
She didn't want to talk to anybody anyway. No, but there's a whole bunch of reasons. There's a whole bunch of conditions in which somebody will ask for training. Sometimes a refusal comes from a person who has sworn oaths. They've come through the more formal coven system. And if they've sworn oaths that they do not stand up and teach until they have hit certain criterion within their tradition, whether or not they're asses about, turning down a person. But, if you run into somebody that's going to turn you down and they're a bit of an asshole about it, chances are they really haven't sorted out the words or the reason or that initial question of, because the first thing that blossoms in your heart is, I really want students, that would be so cool. And then the second thing that blossoms in your heart is like, do I really know this yet?
Yeah.
Do I really know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Not many teachers realize that that's a very good emotion to have. But so if they're going to be a bit of a jerk about the way they turn you down, they're still putting together the words.
Yeah.
They're still putting together the reasons why.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah. But, to have taken an oath not to teach, they're still thinking in terms of that specific tradition, provided they've, left their period as a student in good graces and with that little piece of paper we're trying not, I am personally trying to avoid any sense of hierarchy. No, we do not need to license our elders. No, we do not need to certify our teachers. You can tell a good teacher is somebody who walks the walk.
Yeah.
It's somebody with humility. It's not necessarily the nicest person on the block. They could be the biggest egotistical ass you've ever run into. All the details of the techniques, the stuff that we're learning from, you could, with the internet, you could and figure it out easily enough.
Yeah, but the internet isn't the same as in person.
True. True. But you can get that information.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, all the details of the technical stuff that you could find out for yourself and then fact check with another person, call it. That just keeps this busy. And witchcraft is everything here. It's up here, that's just candy. So, but also with a teacher, you develop an instinct of which seeker is coming at you with a frivolous, momentary attraction, or with the codependence of a repeated question and baby birditis, fix me, fix me, fix me. And, as a teacher, do you inoculate them? Because they're going to have to figure it out. They're gonna have to figure that out, and you can just make their path a lot longer.
I know that there's many who, oh, that's what it was.
Uh-oh.
It was one of the topics that they wanted to discuss is people who just come to witchcraft to fix something in their life and then
Sure.
just go away, you know. And
Sure.
and those people will go to, you know,
Witchy Hill for for abusing.
well, there too,
Crap.
but they go to, you know, a lot of the higher, bigger people, whatever you want to call them, and ask, you know, give me your spell and make it work. You know, it's kind of like going to a botanica and buying this candle and thinking that's all you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think that kind of makes a lot of people want to push people away.
Commercialization of witchcraft, I've got mixed feelings about. Like, you know, you and I were talking earlier about recording some of the workings that we do for our beloved people, the ones that come after us. I don't care if you're doing it yourself or writing it up or following everything directly. It's going to be absolutely perfect if it accomplishes the paradigm shift that you're looking for to do that working.
Don't you feel you got to believe that it's going to work and not believe that?
No.
No. So you think
it works?
you think,
your validation is not necessary.
So you think if you go to a store and you buy a candle that says, you know, a love candle. Say you buy a pink candle, rose, it smells all good, and it says love. And, you know, you go home and you light it, but you don't really believe it's going to work.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. I'm in love with Nick. And I want Nikki to love me back. And so I go to the Botanica and I get a pink candle. It's got all the spell printed on the jar and everything. And I put rose oil in it and I cast a circle and I light that and I say the mumbo jumbo. And then Nick is following me all around the place, just absolutely moon-eyed and crazy and stuff. What have I accomplished? What I've accomplished is definitely not love. What I've accomplished is control. This is one of the bigger issues I think many people in witchcraft face than whether or not the magic works. Many people in witchcraft are not really interested in fixing the problem in their lives. They're interested in controlling their lives. And there's a big difference. If you want to heal, you know the difference between healing and fixing. If you want love, you know the difference between love and ownership. You know the difference. You know the difference between fear and respect. You know, and these are, knowing these differences, I can't tell you what they are. You are right, because you have your own experience of it. It's.
I don't hardly even respond to people who ask me for a love spell. I usually, if someone message me or something and wants a love spell, I help them figure out a way to open themselves up to love. You know, and you know, explore. You can't sit in your house.
And I've spent my time on the phone and face to face, talking and explaining to seekers, you know, where that which you don't find within, you know, from that perspective, and trying to sort a few things out, and they still want me to teach them. Teach in this case is.
So you know exactly what this is talking about.
As a teacher, there's a lot of my spirit that goes into the process, and when the student, now it's not all teachers are like this. You know, some are very capable of funneling a few people in and out.
Well, when I'm around you and you start going at it with you, it's the same way as I am when I'm with other people. I'm like a sponge. Look at what she's saying.
But I don't do that with everybody.
No. Well, I'm okay with not doing it everybody as long as you do it with us.
There is an aspect about some of the technique. There is an aspect about some of the philosophy that it's good if you're on a whole arc of programs, that you're on a whole arc of topics and experience, and that you've got somebody with you for that entire arc. You know, if you're going to peel off too soon or too late, then, you know, it's your path, you'll run with your path, but it also leaves behind a teacher that is like, you know, because with foreknowledge, we go into this relationship with the seeker. With foreknowledge, we go in, and the intertwining and the depth of spirit is pretty profound. So some teachers are real asses because their defenses are real high. Some are real controlling because their defenses are real high.
What happens if someone comes to you, and we'll just stay with the love spell since we're going there.
Okay.
And you're trying to help them, and then
I'm going to help someone with a love spell?
and then Nick ends up falling in love with someone else. They come back and you didn't help me right. It didn't work. How would you feel about that?
Oh, immediately displace blame.
I mean, because I think a lot of people get that, especially internet-wise, because you get so many people you interact with, and a lot of the things that they want to happen, it's not going to work because it's not part of their path. It's not supposed to happen.
I've suggested different kinds of workings to different people to do themselves.
Yeah.
If they could follow through and do that, oh yay. I'm really not interested in hearing about it. You know, 'cause after
I think
our
that's
discussion-
why, though. See, and I remember one of the people who asked this question. I won't say her name, but you called her Pinky.
Oh, really?
This was one of her questions.
Why not surprised? If Pinky's going to see this, you're going to have to edit this out. She'll be embarrassed.
Well, nobody knows that she's Pinky now. Well, actually, I don't think she gets too embarrassed, but I think that she had that same issue with. I mean, if you're making a video, you're gonna have to expect people to ask you questions.
If you're asking somebody to tell you a spell to do a spell for you, you are busy ignoring one of the Dorian Valiente's original write-up for the Great Charge of the Goddesses for real. If it's not in here, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, okay,
out here.
Exactly.
Another way of looking at this is the as above, so below factor. We influence the world out here, we influence other dimensions by what we do here. Sympathetic magics of burning a couple of different herbs with specific correspondences and doing sigil work, or making a pocket, or doing some of these spell workings. These are sympathetic, is a direct connection to as above, so below. So what I do here is going to affect out here. What this boils down to is our spell working. What we do here affects out there. All right? If we turn that around, and with all the purity of not worrying about the ethics of influencing somebody else's will, that's a fun one. If I do my work out here, say if I reach out, see, Nick likes you and Nick likes me. So I reach out and I break your arm so that you're laid up for a few days. And Nick doesn't see you, right? And Nick doesn't get to see you and then falls in love with me. I've just done all that work out there and it affects me. Boy, this is a love spell.
Why are we staying on that?
No, it's so funny.
You know what?
It's
The
so
number one
ludicrous.
thing that you get asked for if you do open up a YouTube channel, like I hope you do, is going to be money spells and love spells. You are going to get constant requests for those. And if you...
Oh, you know the best love spell on the planet?
What's that?
Brush your teeth. Be nice.
That's good stuff,
okay.
right?
It doesn't have that a love spell has.
And that's what I think people want is, not everybody, I'm not saying everybody, but just, I think what this topic was asking.
Money, another big one is protection. And what a lot of us get that, the world is out to get us. A lot of us can't do what we do and do it in good faith. Just I go to work, I come home, and the bills get worse, and blah, blah. Needing protection, needing a break in our luck, feel like our manifestation engine.
Kind of look out of the bubble of just money spells and the love spell itself. Look out.
Look outside the bubble and just trying to make life better.
So why do you think it is that so many older witches, high priestess, crones, whatever you want to refer to them as, turn people away?
If we're going to be specific about older witches and crones, they don't fuck around.
Yeah. That is true.
That is true. As far as one of the hallmarks of a crone.
I was terrified of my great grandmother.
Yeah, under like somebody in the mother aspect, and the crones are like, they're not going to play the game. It's like, okay, kid, I'm glad you're interested. I'm glad you're having fun. Go away, you got me. Because they know they're going to put in stuff into it. Part of their spirit's going to go into it. They're going to put time, effort, money. I don't care if you're paying them for a class. I don't want to pay them for a class. It a lot of times boils down to how the seeker asks, where the seeker is in their life, and whether or not they're asking for the right reasons.
And I just type a message saying, Hi, I like your videos. Can you help me with love spell? Maybe, hi, I watch your videos and this is what's going on in my world. Do you have any advice? Would that be like a different approach? Or what do you mean? It's how you approach this,
Yeah, that's a straightforward and honest question. Can you give me a love spell?
Mhm.
And the straightforward and honest response is, oh, I wish I could. Wouldn't that be a perfect world? And some teachers, and if the trick of that question, I think that question is a little bit broader than the crones, but I laugh because the crones are like, yeah.
Yeah, because I think that, you know, which
Who
is
likes
what knowledge
puppy
can
breath?
be young and can be old. It doesn't really have to be an age. But and the other part of the question was, is the ones that turn people away, do you think it's wrong?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, I think it's worse when you get a teacher who's taking you out for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You can see real damage go down. Now, the question of whether that student will ultimately benefit from that damage. But another question is, is there really evil in this world? I've seen nasty, nasty, nasty stuff. I don't know if I'd really call it evil.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it's worse if you have a teacher that is teaching you for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that going on right now, actually.
Back to those issues of possession,
Mm-hmm.
possessiveness and ownership.
Okay.
The Seeker's Bills of Rights is a very interesting notion. A sexual relationship is part of the transmittal. They're rare. I'd love to find one. But pick your teachers very carefully.
And if they turn you away,
Thank you.
don't take it personally.
Yeah, but if you get the silly questions, give me a love spell. No. No. Love you. How did that work? These seem facetious answers.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you a love spell right now. Love you. And I'm serious.
It is the number 1 and 2, and I don't know which order is money spells and love spells. And I'm telling you, it's insane.
See, love you doesn't work. Okay, I'll get a pink rock. I'll get a pink candle. Pink glitter.
Here goes the fairies. Love fairies. Look.
Oh, so much for that laundry trip, right? You know you're in trouble when you find it in your pillowcase, but when you find it in your turlet.
So, if you have any questions or comments, post them below. Terry will have the link to this video, and hopefully she'll respond to questions. But if she doesn't, don't take it personally.
I might do that just to get her down here more often.
I know this is only the second time I've been here.
Really?
But you only invited me. The last time you invited me was.
You've been waiting for an invitation?
I've been waiting for an invitation because you invited me on New Year's, but of course we were doing our thing.
Yeah.
So I couldn't come.
Okay,
And then
I'll invite you on the cross-quarter days then.
And then you're not always home.
No, I'm not.
So if I came all the way over here and then you weren't home, what am I supposed to do? Throw glitter at your door to let you know I was here?
Well,
So yes, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment bar, and we will see y'all at the next one. And as always, blessed be, guys.
Blessed be.
Circle, beginning, ending. Circle, beginning, ending. We are a circle.